We've spiked maybe 40% higher than in past years.
I realize that I need to hunker down. This might be something I'm going to be doing for a good year plus.
So what are we going to do with our light rum?
Maybe the real lesson here is, when life leaves you shaken, it may be time to mix it up a bit. Alexis Christoforous, CBS News, New York.
Thanks for joining us this half hour. This is CBS News Up to the Minute.
CBS News, experience you can trust.
To see your favorite CBS shows, go to cbs4.com/CBS Video Network.
Bargain hunting. Retailers look to post-Christmas discounts to save them from the worst holiday shopping season in almost 4 decades. Christmas rampage, a house set ablaze after a massacre by a gunman wearing a Santa Claus suit. And sultry singer, dancer, and actress, remembering the late Eartha Kitt. This is the CBS Morning News for Friday, December 26, 2008.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us. I'm Michelle Gielan. The nation's retailers are hoping today will be one of the busiest shopping days of the year. New figures show that consumers spent as much as 8% less this holiday season than last year. Auto and gasoline sales accounted for much of the decline. Sales of women's clothes fell more than 22%. Electronics and appliances dropped almost 27%. Drew Levinson is in Washington with more. Drew, good morning.
Well, good morning to you, Michelle. Most retailers got the equivalent of a lump of coal this holiday season. Sales, well, they were way off. Now they're hoping to make a little bit of money on these after Christmas sales. Retailers are still hoping to pry open the wallets of reluctant shoppers with huge after Christmas deals.
Retailers are very concerned about just getting cash in and stock out.
The discounts are so deep, it may seem like the day after Thanksgiving instead of the day after Christmas. Today, JCPenney is offering free wake-up calls to get customers in for doorbuster sales. Toys R Us is slashing prices on some brands by as much as 60%. Sears is selling jeans for less than $10. Kmart is cutting prices on winter clothes in half. Most stores had braced for a disappointing holiday season, and preliminary figures show this has been one of the most dismal in years. On top of the tanking economy, retailers had to deal with fewer shopping days between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then bad weather from coast to coast kept many of the last-minute shoppers at home. Excluding cars and gas, retail sales fell between 2 and 4% compared to last year. Clothing, jewelry, electronics, and appliances were all big losers. That despite big markdowns.
Tons and tons of sales. Everything is a quarter of the price.
But that didn't mean customers were biting. For many retailers, holiday sales typically account for 30 to 50% of their annual total. No matter how big they make these post-Christmas sales, it's not expected to be enough to save them from a rotten year. Talking to many of the merchants before Christmas, they had already said this was going to be a bad holiday season and a bad year. Michelle, they say 2009 can't come soon enough.
So they saw it coming. All right, Drew Levinson in Washington. Drew, thanks. This morning, police in California say they found ammunition in a car that exploded. It was rented by a man who went on a Christmas Eve shooting rampage. The massacre happened in Los Angeles in a suburb called Covina. A man dressed as Santa Claus killed 8 partygoers at the home of his former in-laws. Terry Okita reports.
A Christmas Eve party became a crime scene when police say 45-year-old Bruce Pardo knocked on a door just before midnight dressed as Santa Claus.
An 8-year-old girl at the party ran to the front door, opened the door, where she was immediately shot by Mr. Pardo. She was shot once in the face.
Police say Pardo, who'd just gone through a contentious divorce, then opened fire around the room, likely targeting his ex-wife and her family. Partygoers fled, jumping from second-story windows and hiding under furniture.
We've recovered 2 guns at the scene. He brought with him to the house a accelerant device, a large tank that was wrapped as a Christmas gift.
They say Pardo used that device to set the house ablaze. The bodies found inside are so badly burned, authorities are unsure if the victims died in the shooting rampage or the subsequent fire.
Hours after the shooting, police found Pardo's body at his brother's house, about 40 miles from the crime scene. Police say he killed himself.
Residents in the Covina neighborhood, about 25 miles east of Los Angeles, can't believe this happened to what they call a happy, tight-knit family.
Christmases were like, just that special time of the year. It meant so much to them. And it's almost like he planned it, for him to come and do this on such a special night.
For the victims' friends and family, the holidays will never be the same. Terry Okita, CBS News, Los Angeles.
4 people, including 2 children, are hospitalized in serious condition in a New York City suburb after a car crashed into people at a Hanukkah celebration. Police say a 78-year-old driver lost control of his SUV and smashed into a building crowded with children and adults attending the party.
I heard a crash and I saw a car coming through the window.
His car careens through several plate glass windows, enters the building, and comes to rest after basically running over several people.
In all, 14 people were hurt in the accident. A powerful winter storm is blanketing parts of the West with as much as 20 inches of snow. That storm is expected to move into the Midwest, bringing with it sleet and rain. In Washington State and Olympia, heavy snow collapsed part of the roof at a high school. On the other side of the country, high winds knocked out power to thousands of people in Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. All over the world this Christmas, it appears the joy of the holiday season is being overshadowed by worries about the sharp economic downturn. Richard Roth reports.
Along with the traditional call for peace, Pope Benedict acknowledged a global worry about prosperity. Even in affluent nations, he said, there's apprehension now about an uncertain future. That's true from Iceland at the edge of the Arctic Circle, which boasted one of the world's richest economies until the bubble burst this fall, to Australia, where Christmas comes at summertime. And the government's just promised a $7 billion gift to banks and consumers. In Japan, where Toyota announced it'll be in the red for the first time in 70 years, one auto executive said today, the global crisis is coming at us like a tidal wave. One way or another this season, a financial dilemma is showing up everywhere. Take the steep decline in oil prices to around $35 a barrel this week. That's lowering gasoline prices, but it's raising anxiety in Russia after Saudi Arabia, the world's biggest producer of crude. Moscow's now facing a budget deficit, with one Kremlin official warning the public mood could get nasty. Europe, like America, knows it can't shop its way out of a recession. Those stores in Britain have been encouraging consumers to try. Here, the holiday mood's traditionally summed up by the Queen on Christmas, who'd pronounced the occasion somber, sounding to some like a royal psychiatrist.
Some of those things which could once have been taken for granted suddenly seem less certain and naturally give rise to feelings of insecurity.
The courageous, she said, don't accept defeat. It seems now's the season for a stiff upper lip. Richard Roth, CBS News, London.
Straight ahead on the CBS Morning News, the soon-to-be commander-in-chief pays a Christmas visit to some military families. And a torrent of coal ash covers hundreds of acres in Tennessee, reigniting health concerns about waste from coal-fired power plants.
In the late 60s and early 70s, everything around us was changing. How we looked, how we dressed, how we felt, how we thought. The songs in this collection were the anthems for those changing times.
It started in San Francisco, came of age at Woodstock, and changed us and the world forever. Time Life presents the complete 8-CD Flower Power collection. And now you can preview the entire Flower Power collection in your home for 30 days for just $12.95. You'll get 135 original hits by the artists who defined the love generation. But wait, be one of the first 500 callers to order with your credit card and get free shipping and handling. And there's more. Call in the next 10 minutes with your credit card and get the Summer of Love. 2 CDs with 40 of the greatest hits from that once-in-a-lifetime summer. So order now with your credit card and enjoy all 10 CDs in your home. You can preview all 175 incredible hits in the Flower Power collection for 30 days for just $12.95.
It started in San Francisco in the mid-'60s, but before it was all over, music, all kinds of music, was changed forever.
Turn the wider shade of pale.
And remember, if this isn't the best collection you've ever heard, simply send it back and owe nothing more. But keep the summer of love. It's our way of saying thanks.
Call 1-800-731-8343 to preview the Flower Power for $12.95 plus free shipping with credit card order. Call now and get 2 free bonus CDs.
President-elect Barack Obama is continuing his vacation in his native Hawaii. Yesterday, Mr. Obama visited a Marine Corps base near his rented home. He stopped at the mess hall while the Marines were having Christmas dinner and talked with some of the men and women there. Mr. Obama is expected to spend about 2 weeks in Hawaii. A lawyer for the embattled Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich wants a state legislative panel to subpoena several top Obama aides. They include incoming Chief of Staff Rahm Emanuel and top Obama advisor Valerie Jarrett. Blagojevich was arrested more than 2 weeks ago and charged with allegedly trying to sell Obama's vacant Senate seat to the highest bidder. Environmentalists are raising new concerns that the sludge spill of coal ash 50 miles west of Knoxville, Tennessee, could pose a significant health risk. The spill resulted from an accident at a power plant. Priya David reports.
This Christmas, bulldozers are digging around the clock in Harriman, Tennessee, in an effort to scoop up 500 million gallons of runaway sludge from this coal-burning power plant. They've made some progress in cleaning up the mess, but up to 400 acres remain polluted. The potentially toxic slurry burst through a holding pond wall at the Kingston fossil plant, destroying 3 homes and damaging many more.
We're also going to remove the material that's out in the water. That's going to be done. So the work has started, but it's just started.
The Tennessee Valley Authority is building a rock wall downstream to keep heavy metals in the sediment from drifting even farther down the river. In addition, they've reduced water flow from the site of the spill to rivers that feed the Tennessee, a major source of drinking water for millions of people. A TVA spokesperson told us water samples are within safe levels, but hundreds of dead fish have residents concerned.
We swim in it all the time.
Jill Murphy lives across from the Kingston power plant.
And the water was all murky and gray, and there were a lot of just dead fish floating in the water all along the shoreline.
Officials say the fish were likely stranded on shore when the sludge pushed a wave of water on land, rather than poisoned by toxins in the water. The next challenge comes this weekend, with rain predicted for Tennessee. Rising water could put pressure on already stressed retaining walls, pushing even more polluted sludge into the waterways. Priya David, CBS News, New York.
Straight ahead, your Friday morning weather, and in sports, the Lakers and the Celtics battle again in a rematch of last season's NBA Final.
The big day is over, but the big savings have just begun at the Big After Christmas sale and clearance. With savings on all your wishes, like hot new Tom-Toms, powerful Craftsman tools, Levi's jeans, and much more all over the store. Hurry in, sale ends Wednesday. Sears.
Attention, diabetics with Medicare.
If you're a diabetic, I have news that could change your life. USA Medical has a new and nearly pain-free way to test your blood glucose. No more painful finger pricks. This new meter allows you to test on your arm or your palm, and it's virtually pain-free. But that's not all. It talks.
Your blood glucose reading is 97.
Seeing and hearing your reading helps confirm accuracy. Best of all, USA Medical will send you one.
I made the call. USA Medical handled everything. The meter and my testing supplies showed up at the front door. Couldn't be easier.
With USA Medical, you can get all your diabetic supplies delivered to your door. They pay shipping, they work with Medicare and your doctors, and they handle the paperwork.
I don't test on my fingers anymore. I use my arm, and I can barely feel it. And I love how this meter talks to me.
Your blood glucose reading is 103.
Change the way you test. Call USA Medical.
The big day is over, but the big savings have just begun at the Big After Christmas sale and clearance. With savings on all your wishes, like hot new Tom-Toms, powerful Craftsman tools, Levi's jeans, and much more all over the store. Hurry in, sale ends Wednesday. Sears.
Here's a look at the weather in some cities around the country. New York, mostly cloudy, 43 degrees. Miami, 81. Chicago, freezing rain, 41. Denver, snow showers, 34. Los Angeles, 58 degrees. And time now for a check on the national forecast. The latest satellite picture shows a developing storm system pushing through parts of the Southwest and Rockies, bringing snow and snow showers to much of the region. Blizzard warnings remain in effect across parts of the Rockies, with as much as 2 feet of snow expected across higher elevations. Rain and snow showers continue to push into parts of the Midwest and Great Lakes ahead of a strong storm system. Later today, very high winds are expected across parts of the Southwest and the Rockies as a strong storm system moves across much of the region. Much of the Midwest will see rain, snow, and sleet. In sports, the NBA's Los Angeles Lakers ended Boston's winning streak at 19 games. Kobe Bryant had 27 points as the Lakers got revenge for last year's NBA Finals defeat to the Celtics. The 92-83 victory was number 1,000 for coach Phil Jackson. In Phoenix, Roger Mason hit a three-pointer from the far corner at the buzzer for the San Antonio Spurs to beat the Suns. The final, San Antonio 91, Phoenix 90, making it 4 consecutive wins for San Antonio. In Orlando, Dwight Howard had 12 points and 15 rebounds for the Magic against New Orleans against the Hornets. Division-leading Orlando got its 6th straight victory with the 88-68 win over New Orleans. And in Cleveland, the Cavaliers maintained their perfect record at home as LeBron James put on a show for the fans. Down by 8 to the Washington Wizards, Cleveland scored 11 straight points in the final minute, 33. Mo Williams had 24 points for the Cavs as they beat Washington 93-89. When we return, another look at this morning's top stories and looking back at the long life of actress and singer Eartha Kitt.
Been an angel all year, Santa honey, and hurry down the chimney tonight.
Macy's After Christmas Sale and Clearance continues. Find savings of 50 to 75% throughout the store. Save an extra 15% when you use your Savings Pass or Macy's Star Rewards card. That's the magic of Macy's. It's Macy's White Sale. Buy one pillow on sale, get a second for 50% off. Nearly Perfect Hotel Micro Cotton Towels now $9.99. Damask Striped Sheets only $24.99 to $79.99. That's the magic of Macy's.
What's really fun is to give people heartburn at night. They're all, I'm going to party. Surprise, sister. No, you're not.
Frequent heartburn used to ruin my evenings, so I tried Prilosec OTC. It works all day and all night, so now heartburn won't keep coming back. Prilosec OTC works to block heartburn before it begins for 24 hours with 1 pill a day. Try Prilosec OTC, the round-the-clock heartburn blocker.
When it comes to your money, it's more important now than ever to make all the right decisions, but you don't have to do it alone. CBS 4 News has assembled a special For Your Money team to cover every aspect of our financial crisis and to explain exactly how it all affects you. We stand committed to help you get through these tough economic times with more information and advice on air and online. Count on the For Your Money team only on CBS 4 News.
Next rate.
I don't feel super sexy after having the kids.
Valerie Bertinelli and 3 new moms are about to go where no woman has dared until now.
The worst part of being pregnant.
The spontaneous farting.
The real deal on pregnancy. Those post-baby body blues.
You have to keep pulling the girls up so they face that way.
Even sex.
I definitely want to have sex more.
Then, an American Idol winner surprises one huge fan with an A-list makeover.
Today at 9 on CBS 4.
On the CBS Morning News, here's a look at today's weather. A big storm system will bring blizzard conditions to the Rockies and high winds to the southwest before moving towards the Midwest. Rain, snow, and sleet are expected from Minneapolis to St. Louis. Here's another look at this morning's top stories. Today could be one of the biggest days of this dismal holiday shopping season if stores slash prices enough to turn just looking into actual buying. And investigators are sifting through the rubble of a burned out house in California after a gunman dressed as Santa killed at least 8 people. Israel is warning it may invade Gaza soon in an attempt to stop rocket attacks across the border. Yesterday, the Israeli Prime Minister appealed to Gaza's Palestinians to turn against their Hamas leaders and stop the rockets. The death toll in Ukraine from a building explosion is now 26. The 5-story apartment building was leveled Wednesday. More victims may remain trapped in the rubble, but there's little hope of finding survivors because of the frigid temperatures. Ukraine today is observing a national day of mourning. The sensuous actress and singer Eartha Kitt has died. Her career spanned 6 decades. Wendy Gillette reports.
Look at these beautiful legs.
Eartha Kitt lit up the stage and screen with her performances and sultry songs.
And hurry down the chimney tonight.
The sex symbol still hit cabaret and Broadway stages well into her 70s, never losing her sass and appeal.
I'm at the age now where I can go, wow, when you can feel very comfortable about it.
She purred as Catwoman in the television series Batman. And made best-selling records. She's one of just a few performers nominated for Grammy, Tony, and Emmy Awards. Kitt rose to fame despite a difficult childhood. She grew up in the cotton fields of South Carolina and was abandoned as a young girl by her white father and black sharecropper mother.
I was given away because I was an illegitimate, well, I still am an illegitimate child, except for thank goodness that the public adopted me.
A family friend says Kitt died Christmas Day of colon cancer. Ironic, since her greatest hit is a holiday classic.
Santa baby, just slip a sable under the tree.
She got the family she had always wanted with her marriage to Bill McDonald. The union didn't last, but produced a daughter named Kitt.
Hi, Santa.
The performer wasn't afraid to give her opinions, voicing her strong opposition to the Vietnam War at a luncheon hosted by Lady Bird Johnson in 1968.
I don't have any regrets about it at all. Why should I be upset by the fact that she was embarrassed? That's her problem.
Her stance led to blacklisting across the country, but Kitt once again achieved success in the late 70s, performing in countless shows up until earlier this year. Eartha Kitt was 81 years old. Wendy Gillette for CBS News, New York.
British playwright Harold Pinter died at his home in London. Pinter was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 2005. His plays explored the dark side of domestic life. Harold Pinter was 78. Thousands of mourners have been holding vigils on beaches in Indonesia, from Indonesia all the way to India today. They're praying, burning candles, and sharing meals as they remember those who died in the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. 4 years ago today, huge wave caused by an earthquake killed 230,000 people in dozens of countries. Even before Barack Obama takes office, Americans like what they see. A USA Today Gallup poll finds that nearly 1/3 of those asked rate him the most admired man in the world. That's far ahead of President Bush and John McCain. You might say that babies born on Christmas Day are extra special. I would. So yesterday, the maternity ward nurses at a suburban St. Louis hospital dressed the little newborns in Christmas stockings, and some also had caps that said, "Happy Holidays." Well, this morning on the early show, some retailers are slashing prices today by as much as 75% to make up for a not-so-merry Christmas. I'm Michelle Gielan, and this is the CBS Morning News.
There's a new game with baking soda, and it made Gail sheets so sparkling clean, it was perfect for planning a special surprise for her husband.
Hey, babe, you left the garage door open again. These sheets smell fantastic. I mean, you smell fantastic, baby.
New game with baking soda. A sparkling clean with a scent you'll really love.
Inside that truck is something familiar. Duracell batteries. And if you think all batteries are the same, consider this. These batteries are going to the Mattel Children's Hospital, UCLA, because here they use the most technologically advanced equipment for the healing and the play. And to power all those toys, the people at Duracell packed up a truckload of batteries, because nothing's better than powering a smile. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
When it comes to your money, it's more important now than ever to make all the right decisions, but you don't have to do it alone. CBS 4 News has assembled a special For Your Money team to cover every aspect of our financial crisis and to explain exactly how it all affects you. We stand committed to help you get through these tough economic times with more information and advice on air and online. Count on the For Your Money team only on CBS 4 News.
The child you are about to see has a rare disease, and the fact that she's just days away from death is a real-life situation. This is Lai, a young girl with a face so disfigured she no longer looks human. Until now.
Lai was wheeled into the operating room.
Witness a miracle.
She looks like a normal little girl.
The doctors.
Today at 3 on 4, brought to you by these sponsors.
Southern Californians are proud of their warm temperatures and ever-present sunshine. Now, 2 enterprising builders are giving surfers and beach bums a chance to experience a cold weather sport. Sandra Hughes reports.
When winter arrives all over the country, people strap on skates and hit the ice. But in Southern California, there has always been more sand than ice until this year.
We're looking at the Seaside Lagoon, and it's really quiet during the wintertime.
Now, when beachgoers step onto the sand, they'll be stepping onto ice. A temporary ice rink built right at the ocean's edge. For just 8 weeks, Seaside Ice transports an East Coast winter-like atmosphere into the backyard of kids who typically ride the waves.
Where else but Southern California can it be 80 degrees at the beach and you need these to ice skate?
I like getting cold.
You do? And you like falling? Because you're about ready to fall now.
New technology has put hundreds of temporary ice rinks in the most unlikely places, like downtown Los Angeles and at a busy intersection in Santa Monica. This ice rink was installed in 36 hours just feet from the ocean. Thousands of tiny refrigeration coils under 8 inches of ice keep it frozen despite the blazing sun.
It's actually a big refrigerator under there, yeah.
Very big. The cooling unit weighs 15,000 pounds. And the water for the ice?
That's right from the garden hose.
It might not be as famous as Rockefeller Center, but can they do this? Gives a whole new meaning to hanging out at the beach. Sandra Hughes, CBS News, Redondo Beach, California.
That's the CBS Morning News for this Friday. Thanks for being here with us. We hope to see you later for the early show. I'm Michelle Gielen. Have a great weekend.
CBS News is very good news.
Coming up, exclusive interviews with this year's Kennedy Center honorees.
It's always nice for people to notice what you do.
Only on The Early Show.
It's do or die for playoff spots. First, the Pats battle the Bills. Then Chad Pennington and the Dolphins collide with Brett Favre and the Jets. Sunday on CBS.
700 kids, one tough mission. The Lord's Boot Camp, Saturday.
From all of us,
To all of you, happy holidays from CBS 4. Good morning, I'm Cynthia Demas. Jim Barry has the morning off. Here's what's making news right now. A missing baby, a desperate search for this South Florida little baby boy. Police say he was likely snatched by his babysitter. We're live with what investigators are doing this morning to find him. And 2 children crashed their Christmas present right into a car. How they're doing this morning.
I'm Lisette Gonzalez in the Storm Center. Yesterday we had a couple of showers and also some clouds lingering. What about today as you head for those after Christmas sales? And what about the final weekend of 08? I'll have the details in your complete forecast straight ahead.
Plus, day after deals, the extras stores are putting out there for today for the new Black Friday. CBS 4 News This Morning begins right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Good morning. It is 5 o'clock. Thanks so much for joining us the day after Christmas. I'm Cynthia Demas. Lisette Gonzalez is here now with our first forecast. Lisette, kids who got bikes yesterday, some of them might get a little wet if they try to ride this morning, huh?
Oh, yeah, that looks like it'll be the case, especially down in the Keys, Cynthia. That's where we're seeing the main shower activity. Right now, if those kids are heading out on their bikes in Broward, Miami-Dade, Homestead looking clear and dry on the radar. But again, especially in the lower Keys near Key West, that's where we're seeing some green popping up, some shower activity. But our rain chances will be decreasing over the next couple of days. Temperatures right now, very mild and comfortable, 74 in Fort Lauderdale, 73 in Miami, cooler inland, 69 in Pembroke Pines, and still breezy out there, 10 to 13 miles an hour. What about the rest of your day after Christmas? This afternoon, warm and breezy, 81. This evening, 75. Let you know what you can expect for the final weekend of 2008. Also, what you can expect for New Year's Eve next week. We have a cold front on the way. Details on that coming up. But right now, going to see what's checking in with the traffic and see what's going on. Mike Paxton, good morning.
Good morning, Lisette, and good morning, Cynthia. Good morning, everyone. Let's take a look at the Golden Glades interchange. This is the DOT camera showing us the Golden Glades. This is southbound to the left of your screen, northbound to the right of your screen. No delays here, but out of camera range, we have an accident clearing southbound 95 on the ramp that takes you to westbound Palmetto Turnpike. Already saw some emergency vehicles leave that scene. Broward County, let's take a look at 95 just south of the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood Airport. Very smooth ride on 95 around Griffin Road. In fact, 95 about a 20 to 25 minute ride from Hallandale Beach Boulevard up to Hillsborough Boulevard. No problems on 595 from 75 to the airport. That's CBS 4 News Traffic Control. Back to you.
I don't understand. It's Christmas.
Holiday heartbreak for the parents of a missing 6-month-old baby boy, Riley Buckness. He was last seen with his babysitter 3 days ago. This morning, the baby's parents are making a desperate plea to the public to please help find their son and